Good morning. This is Sheikh Daud Parveen, Assistant Professor in Chevron Engineering College. So today the topic is production techniques. What are the techniques in productions? Different types of production techniques are each and every organization use different type of production techniques for producing the output with lowest cost, that is to maximize the profit and to minimize the cost. It uses different type of techniques, those are called as a production techniques. The production techniques main purpose is to produce the output with less cost and maximum or highest profit. So from this all production techniques, the first type of production techniques the company uses is isoquant, and next one isocost, least cost, combination, and marginal rate of technical substitution. So first of all, that is we discuss about isoquant. In isoquant means equal quantity. Iso means equal, quant means quantity. Isoquant is also called as a isoproduct curves. It is also called as a isoproduct curves. It shows variable combination of input factors which yield the same level of output. It shows variable combination of input factors which yield the same level of output. This isoquant is also called as a isoproduct curve and product indifference curve. Because the isoquant main purpose is with the help of any combination of input factors. We know about the input factors. Input factors are land, labor, capital, organization and technology. So these are the different type of inputs to producing an output. So this isoquant tells, that is, it clearly defines that with the help of any combination, that is by increasing one input or by decreasing another input, with the help of any combination which gives equal quantity of production. So in this isoquant, the combinations are our choice. The combinations are depending upon the company choice. That is, if you want to increase the labor or decrease the land, so these are your choice depending upon their cost. If in some companies or in some areas the industries have labor with free cost, or in some industries that is the land is free cost, or in some industry the machines are very cheap. So depending upon these factors, that means the machines, labor or technology or land, so which one is available with the lowest cost, the company uses those inputs. So it is the company's choice. So depending upon these choices, that is, but the quantity is equal, that is the company to choose any type of the combination, but it produce equal quantity of production, that is called as a isoquant. That means depending upon the company's positions, depending upon the company's input factors, to choose the combination which gives equal quantity to the organization of production to the organization is called as a isoquant. So this isoquant is also called as a product indifference curve. This is the isoquant curve. If you observe this isoquant curve in graph, this is the isoquant curve. So in this isoquant curve, that is the isoquant, in graph you take labor on x-axis and capital on y-axis. So that is, in this combination, if the capital increases from O to K1, the labor decreases from L4 to L1. So this is the combination. By increasing the capital, labor decreases, or by decreasing the capital as a K4, labor increases as L4, O to L4. The O to K4 is as a O to L4. So this is called as a isoquant curve. So with the help of any combinations, that is if some companies take the combination as a K1L1 or K2L2, K3L3 or K4L4. With the help of any combination, but it gives a same quantity of production as a 1500 units. So this is called as a isoquant curve. So what are the features of this isoquant? After observing the graph, so what are the features of isoquant in a graph? First one, that is the first feature of a isoquant curve is downward sloping. Isoquant curve is downward sloping and it slopes from left to right. It slopes from left to right because why the isoquant curve slopes from left to right is because if one input increases, the other one reduces. There is no question of increasing both inputs to yield a given output. If you observe the graphs, the isoquant curve is downward sloping because if the labor increases, capital decreases, and if the capital decreases, labor increases. So there is no chance for increasing both the inputs for yielding a given output. So this is the one of the feature of a isoquant. The second feature of the isoquant curve is it is convex to origin. It is convex to origin. Isoquants are convex to the origin because the input factors are not perfect substitute. The input factors are not perfect substitute. One input factor can be substituted by other input factor in diminishing marginal rate. If input factors are perfect substitute, the isoquant will be straight line. When inputs are in fixed proportion and substitution of one input for the other cannot takes place, isoquant will be L-shaped. So this is the one of the feature of the isoquant is convex because there are not the perfect substitutes. Two input factors like as a capital and labor, so these are not the perfect substitutes. So the isoquant curve is convex to origin. One input factor can be substituted by the other input factor in diminishing rate. If the input factors are the perfect substitute, the isoquant will be formed as a straight line. And the input factors are in fixed proportion and substitution of one input for the other cannot takes place because isoquant will be L-shaped. So this is the one of the feature of a isoquant is it is convex to origin. So this is the convex isoquant. If you observe the isoquant, that is the isoquant curve is convex to origin because these are not the perfect substitutes. The next feature of a isoquant is the isoquant. Two isoquant curves do not intersect each other. This is the one of the feature of a isoquant curve is two isoproduct curves do not intersect each other because each curve denote a particular level of output. Each curve denote a particular level of output. If to produce higher level of output to switch over to another isoproduct curve, so there is no chance to intersect the two isoproduct curves. For example, if the company wants to produce 10,000 units, so it takes the combination of capital and labor and it draws a isoquant curve for 10,000 units. If the company wants to increase the quantity of production, it increases it draw another isoquant curve, another isoquant or isoproduct curve with the help of the capital and labor combinations by increasing capital and labor. So there is no chance in a isoquant curve, that is to intersect the two isoproduct curves. If you observe this graph, that is you see that two isoquant curves do not touch each other or do not intersect each other. That is for 100 units you draw a P1 isoquant curve and for 200 units you draw the another P2 isoquant curve. So there is no chance that is to intersect the two isoquant curves. So this is the intersection, but this it is not possible to intersect the two isoquant curves in a isoproduct curve. Next feature of a isoquant is that is do not touch axis. The isoquant curve do not touch either neither x-axis nor y-axis, because as both inputs are required to produce a given product. So this is the one of the feature of a isoquant is the isoquant curve does not touch neither x-axis nor y-axis, because for producing an output, so two inputs are compulsory. As a capital and labor or a labor or technology, two inputs are compulsory for producing the output. So there is no chance to touch the x or y axis. So this is the one of the feature of a isoquant curve. So now clearly understand about the features of isoquant. Isoquant features are that is the it is convex to origin. Two isoquant curves do not intersect with each other, and it does not touches neither x-axis or y-axis. So these are the different features of a isoquant, and it is that is downward sloping. That is one of the feature of a isoquant curve. So next of all, what are the different types of isoquant curves? Depending, that is based upon their perfect substitutes, the input factors substitute, if they are perfect substitutes or imperfect substitutes. So what are the types of isoquant curves? So the different types of isoquant curves are, that is the first one, linear isoquant, right angle isoquant, kinked isoquant, convex isoquant. There are the convex isoquant, kinked isoquant, right angle isoquant, and linear isoquant. First of all, that is I will explain about what is the linear isoquant, how the linear isoquant is formed in a graph. So in types of isoquant, the first type of isoquant curve is linear isoquant curve. Linear isoquant curve. So the linear isoquant curve is the perfect substitutes production with only capital or only labor, or through n numbers of combination between these two factors. That is a production with only capital or only labor, or through n numbers of combination between these factors. So that is called as a linear isoquant. So in this linear isoquant, that is isoquant curve forms as a straight line, that is with the help of a capital. If you take capital on y-axis and labor input on x-axis. So this is the linear isoquant curve. The next type of isoquant curve is right angle isoquant curve. That is right angle isoquant curve. In this right angle isoquant curve, no substitution between the factors of production. There is no substitutions between the factors of production. According to this, there is only one method of production to produce any one commodity. It is to produce any one commodity with the help of only one method of production. This curve is also known as Leontief isoquant curve. This is the input-output isoquant and is a right angle curve. So the isoquant curve is a right angle curved in a type of isoquant curve. So this is also called as a Leontief isoquant curve. So in this, if you observe the graph of a right angle isoquant curve, the capital and labor are the same proportion. The capital and labor are the same proportions for producing an output. So this is the only one method is used in this type of the production. So that is the right angle isoquant curve. So next of all, that is the next type of isoquant curve is the next type of isoquant curve, convex isoquant curve. In this convex isoquant curve, factors are substitute for each other but up to a certain extent. The factors are substitutes. There are not the substitutes like as a right angle isoquant curve. In convex isoquant curves, there are the substitutes but up to a certain extent. This curve is smooth and convex to the origin. That is with the help of the substitute input factors, the curve forms as a convex. So that is if you observe this with the help of a graph, that is if it is the same input factors as a capital and labor, the curve forms as a convex. So the next type of the isoquant curve is that is a clinked isoquant curve. So, what is the kinked isoquant curve? The isoquant curve which forms by the help of limited substitutability between the factors of production. Kinked isoquant curve is also known as activity analysis programming isoquant or linear programming isoquant. This is also called as a kinked isoquant curve is also known as a activity analysis programming isoquant or linear programming isoquant. So this is in these situations the kinked isoquant curve is formed when the substitutabilities are limited between the factors of productions. So that is if you observe this type of isoquant curve is formed like as a this graph. So this is called as a kinked isoquant curve. So these are the different types of a isoquant curves are a, that is a convex isoquant curve, linear isoquant curve, and next of all right angle isoquant curve, and last one kinked. So now it is clear that is the isoquant means that is the with the help of that is to produce equal quantity with the help of any combination inputs is called as a isoquant. So the isoquant curve is a convex to origin and it slopes downwards, and there are the different types of isoquant curves they like as a linear, kinked, and these are the different type of isoquants. So next technique is marginal rate of technical substitutions. Marginal rate of technical substitution. It refers to the rate at which if one input factor is substituted with the other, it attain a given level of output. That is, it refers to the rate at which if one input factor is substituted with the other to attain a given level of output. Lesser units of one input must be compensated by increasing amounts of another input to produce the same level of output. So this is called as a marginal rate of technical substitutions. That is the one input factor is substituted with other to attain a given level of output. In the marginal rate of technical substitutions, the rate at which a firm must substitute one input for another in order to keep production at a given level, for producing a given level of production. So that is the input factor which act as a substitute. The rate at which capital can be changed for one more unit of labor, one more or less unit of labor. So in this MPK is the marginal product of K means capital. MPK is equal to the marginal product of K as a capital. MPL is equal to the marginal product of L as labor. Delta Q is the difference between marginal product of capital delta K capital plus marginal product of labor into delta L. So that is called as a delta Q is equal to MPK into delta K plus MPL into delta L. Delta K is equal to or delta Q is equal to O or 0 along a given isoquant. So this is the help of equation MPK delta K plus MPL delta L is equal to 0. So this MRTS is defined as delta K by delta L, that is a delta K by delta L, that is the difference between capital by the difference between labor. So if you observe this MRTS, that is the in this, that if in x axis, that is we take as a labor, on the y axis capital. So the MRT, with the help of MRTS, that is iso product curves forms like that. So the marginal rate of technical substitution for B is called 4. Like that, if you want to calculate the marginal rate of technical substitution for C, that is C is equal to marginal rate of technical substitution, C is equal to units of labor for B 8 minus units of labor for C 5 by units of capital 3 minus units of capital 2. So that gives the marginal rate of technical substitution as 3. Like that for D, that is the 5 minus 3 by 4 minus 3, it gives 2. So like that, to calculate the marginal rate of technical substitution with the help of a marginal rate of technical substitution is equal to delta L by delta C. So this is the marginal rate of technical substitution production table. If you observe this MRTS, that means marginal rate of technical substitutions, this marginal rate of technical substitution on the production schedule, that is MRTS is equal to delta L by delta C, C as capital, L as a labor. MRTS of product B is equal to, that is a combination, that is the MRTS, marginal rate of technical substitution of combination B, is equal to 12 minus 8 by 2 minus 1, that is equal to 4 by 1 is equal to 4. The MRTS is 4, that is we calculate the marginal rate of technical substitutions is, that is units of labor 12 minus for B combination units of labor 8 by the unit of capitals 2 minus for A unit of capital 1. So it gives the marginal rate of technical substitution as 4. Like that, if you want to calculate the combination C, the marginal rate of technical substitution is equal to units of labor for C. In marginal rate of technical substitution, based on the production function, where two factors can be substituted in variable proportions in such a way as to produce a constant level of output. Based on the production function where two factors can be substituted in variable proportions in such a way to produce a constant level of output. So this is the graph for understanding about the marginal rate of technical substitutions. That is, if you take as a capital on y axis and labor on x axis, so with the help of that is to draw the graph like that. After understanding about marginal rate of technical substitution, the next type of production technique is isocost. The isocost is defined as the cost curve that represents the combination of inputs that will cost the producer the same amount of money. If the level of production changes, the total cost changes and the isocost curve moves upward. So that is called as a isocost. In isocost means that is with the help of any combination input factors which gives same amount of money to the producer. That means same cost to the producer is called as a isocost. So this isocost curve, in this isocost curve, if the level of production changes, automatically the total cost changes and isocost curve moves upward. So that is called as a isocost. Isocost main purpose is with the help of any input combination like as a increasing labor or decreasing capital, or decreasing labor or increasing capital, or with the help of any combination which gives same cost to the producer, that is no increasing in cost of production. Or if the producer wants to increase the quantity of production, so automatically the cost also increases. So to draw, that is in this situation the iso cost curve moves upward. So this is called as a iso cost. In isocost, various combinations of input that may be purchased for a given amount of expenses. Isocost is ratio of change of capital to labor. Line close to origin indicates lower cost outlay. That is a line which is close to origin indicates a lower cost outlay. That is a lower cost of production. And the iso cost is the ratio of change of capital to labor. So this is the iso cost curve. If you observe this iso cost curve, or if you take as a if you observe this iso cost curve, to take in the graph as a labor on x-axis and capital on y-axis. So this is the combination. It gives, this is called as a isocost curve. The isocost curve forms as a straight line, and the line which goes to or which is close to origin indicates lower cost of production. So this is the isocost curve. In this iso cost, this is the minimization of cost for a given level of output. That is a minimization of cost for a given level of output. That is the condition for equilibrium is same. That is MRTS is equal to factor price rate. This is the minimization of cost for a given level of output. So the last technique in a production function is least cost combination. That is a least cost combination of inputs. This is the last technique in a production function. The manufacturer has to produce at lower cost to attain higher profits. To produce at lower cost, that is the manufacturer main purpose is to produce at lower cost to attain higher profits. The iso quant and iso cost can be used to determine input usage that minimize the cost of production. So in this least cost combination, in general the manufacturer main purpose is to produce the product at lower cost for gaining higher profits. So in this purpose, that is the manufacturer used the iso quant and iso cost to determine input usage, to determine the usage of input factors or combinations for minimizing the cost of production. That is called as a least cost combination of input. In general, the least cost combination means that is the combination which gives lowest cost to the producer. That is a combination which gives a combination of input factors which gives lowest cost of production. The main input factors which gives the lower cost of productions are, that is the combinations of iso quant and iso cost. That is a combination, that is to apply the iso quant and iso cost in the production process is called as a least cost combination. So that is, if you take in a graph, so this iso quant and iso cost curves are drawn in a same graph, and the combination where the iso quant intersect with iso cost, so that point is called as a, or touches the iso quant to iso cost, so that point is called as a least cost combination of inputs. Where the slope of isoquant is equal to isocost, there lies the lowest cost of production. That is where the slope of isoquant is equal to isocost, there lies the lowest cost of production. This can be observed by superimposing isocost on isoproduct curves. So this can be observed by superimposing isocost on isoproduct curves. Least cost combination principle. A rational form would combine the various factors of production, its production function in such a way that with minimum input and maximum output is obtained at the minimum cost. Such a combination is referred to as the least cost combination. That is a form would combine the various factors of production, its production function in such a way that with minimum input and maximum output is obtained at the minimum cost. So that is called as a least cost combination principle. This graph is the least cost combination of inputs. That is in this graph, that is we take labor on y-axis and capital on x-axis. So in these situations, these straight lines are called as a isocost line, and the convex lines or the curved lines are called as a isoquant lines. So in this least cost combination, where the isoquant curve touches the isocost line, that particular point is called as a least cost combination points, like as a T2, S3. So these all points are called as a least cost points. The T2 point, S3 point and R4 points. So like that is the S4 point, V4 point. So these are called as a least cost combination points. That means along this point, that is it gives a lowest cost of production to the producer. That is with the help of the combinations. In this combination where the isocost line and the isocost curve touches at for example at a particular point S3. So that is this combination. That is what combination is occur in S3. That combination is called as a least cost combination. So in this, that is if you want to produce the output quantity as different, that means if you want to increase the quantity of production or decreasing the quantity of production, so you draw the another lines for isocost and another curves for isoquant. So for example, if you observe the quantity of productions like as a IQ1, IQ2, IQ3 and IQ4. So these are the four types of quantities of productions. For this we use four types of combinations as a M1 L1, M2 L2, M3 L3, M4 and L4. So this is the isocost. So in this graph, now the points like V1, V2, S3, V4, V5 lying on L3, M3 are situated on different isoquants, that is at different points on the line L3, M3. The cost of the form is the same, it is equal to TVC3, but the quantities of produced are different. So this is observed in a graph. Since a higher IQ represents a higher level of output of all the points on L3, M3, the profit maximizing form would select that one as optimum which lies on the highest possible IQ, that is which produces the highest possible level of output. This point is S3, that is on X bar, Y bar on IQ3. This point is the maximum output combination of inputs subject to the cost constraints of total variable cost is equal to total variable cost 3. If you observe this least cost combination on a graph where the marginal rate of technical substitution between inputs is equal to ratio between the price of inputs, thus at the point of equilibrium lies expansion path. That is, if you observe this, that is the, if you draw a line along these points where the inputs, that is where the isoquant touches the isocost. So if you draw a particular line, this line is called as a expansion path or scale line. So this expansion path and scale line is helpful for producing the output or by changing the quantity of output with the help of least cost combination. So this expansion path refers to the line representing the least cost of combination. This expansion path indicates how the production can be expanded along this path. This is called as a scale line. This line is ready reckoner to decide on the issues relating to expansion or contraction of output. That is, if you want to expand the output, that means increase the quantity of production, that is to extended the scale line, or if you want to decrease the quantity of production, that is to decrease the scale line, or the scale line moves to backward. So this is called as a expansion path, because for expanding the quantity of production to use this path is arise from the combinations, the least cost combination input points. Least cost combination point means that is the point where isoquant curve touches the isocost line. Now we clearly understand about the what is the least cost combination. So in this video understand about it. Is after watching this video you are able to understand about what are the production techniques, that means isoquant, one of the production technique, and what is isocost, and last one what is the least cost combination. So these are the production techniques for producing an output. Thank you for watching this video.